I'm here with Deborah Toney, founder of 3 Week Kitchens, and we're in a newly remodeled kitchen here in Park Hill. I'm excited to see what you guys have done here, and can you tell us a little bit about the homeowners and what this project looked like in the beginning?
Yeah, I'd love to share about the homeowners. They were great. These are people that have recently moved to Denver from Germany. So they had a very high design aesthetic, which was a real treat for me to work with. We had also a beautiful 1925 Mediterranean, so that actually served for a lot of the inspiration, even though we wanted to give it a little bit of edge.
So you had good bones to start with.
Great bones.
So talk a little bit about what you had to do when you first came into the home. Do you spend time talking to the homeowner about how they live in the space and what they want it to look like? And then how do you go from there addressing some of the older home issues that you might have?
Okay. The challenge with this kitchen was that they bought the home and it included a very builder-grade kitchen, not at all appropriate to the style and the price point of the home. One of the big treats was that they had a really high design aesthetic, and that may have been because they had recently moved from Germany and they'd been exposed to a lot of great design.
Yeah. So what were some of the things that you did in this kitchen? I mean, it's beautiful. There's a lot of color. I love the different finishes. Can you talk a little bit about some of the things that you addressed? I see some unique things. You have a different countertop than you do here on the island. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about that because a lot of times what we see is a countertop that matches a perimeter countertop that matches a backsplash. I myself as a designer have a rule of 5, meaning that I like to juggle about 5 major colors or finishes within one space and not much more than that. But it does add a lot of interest if we can get some mix. And that's a great tip for homeowners.
Yeah, I think people always think you have to have one finish throughout, everything has to match. And I think what makes a kitchen very unique is that patinaed look. So you have some brushed gold, I see you've got the stainless steel appliances, and you've got the oil rub bronze pieces. I think they all blend wonderfully. So you don't have to be too conservative when you're designing your kitchen.
Exactly. And these people were brave in that they did choose to go with one of the more modern finishes, which is really emerging in the marketplace. We're calling it modern brass, or there may be a couple of different names depending on the manufacturer, but it is a return to brass.
So Deborah, one of the first things I noticed when I walked in this kitchen is the amazing tile that you have here.
Yes, this is a really beautiful hand-painted tile by Pratt & Larson, and it really does serve as a signature piece for this kitchen. And I'm thrilled that the homeowners were so open to all of the design ideas that we presented. I think it makes a real big difference in how things turned out for them.
Well, it really adds to the beautiful design.
Absolutely.
The other thing I noticed is you have different styles for the storage. So we have glass fronts. I see some shelves over here. I mean, I really like the combination. It doesn't have to just all be a wall of cabinets.
Again, a very builder-grade look is just to run a simple row of uppers. Whereas when we have a chance to do some high-level design, we're incorporating some open shelves, some glass-fronted cabinets, and other special features to really give it that designer sparkle.
Now talk a little bit about some of the challenges. You started to mention those in an older home. We're in Park Hill here. I noticed also that you created a new door and you had some architectural elements that you had to address here. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
When we're working in an older home, we're prepared to encounter some deficiencies, both in plumbing and electrical. Sometimes there are structural things that have happened over the years. In this case, we did, in fact, run into a lot of those things. So this really evolved into being about a 6-week project. Which still
That's great.
It was great.
Yeah, I think the thing I see here is it's beautiful design. It's a very functional kitchen. It's very welcoming, and even I think people get a little intimidated by diving into a big project, yet alone an older home. So I can see how wonderful this turned out. 6 weeks is a great timeline. I think people when they do their kitchens think they're going to move in and be there for a few months, and obviously you came across some challenges and overcame those and created this beautiful kitchen. So I'm sure our viewers are wanting to know, how did we get a hold of you so that they can begin their project?
Well, the easiest way would be to go to our website, 3weekkitchens.com, have a look around, and then there'll be a phone number for you to contact us there.
Well, thank you so much. I hope they reach out to you and begin their kitchen projects.
Thank you very much, Jennifer.